Members of the union representing camera operators, makeup artists and other behind-the-scenes workers in Hollywood have voted resoundingly for strike action. Now, if that goes ahead, it will be the biggest private sector strike in the United States for decades and would cripple much of the country's entertainment industry. Well, let's talk to entertainment journalist and film critic Karen Krizanovich. Good to see you, Karen. Who is involved here and what's their gripe?
Well, these are the overall crew members that make up the films that we watch, and this is across streaming and feature films and some television. So Hollywood, unlike other production bases, is very unionized. So this is the union that has, I believe it's about 60,000 members. And these are focus pullers, these are makeup artists, these are transport. There are a lot of different unions involved here. And they have been in discussion with I always get this wrong, the AMPTP, which is the Producers and Studios Association, asking for better wages, more consideration for pensions, and various other things that are almost considered very basic rights. So that's what this is about.
You talk about those basic rights. I mean, we're hearing about demands for human necessities like adequate sleep and breaks. And I think many people are going to be surprised that those things aren't standard. I mean, we're talking about America here, right? The leader of the free world and all that.
Well, yes. I mean, I work in the film industry, and when people ask me, I'd love to join the film industry. I say, well, get ready for 12 to 14 to 16-hour days. Now, these are not unusual. Your weekends are often absorbed because something's gone wrong, whether it's weather cover or a shoot hasn't gone right. And a lot of people don't have weekends. They're working 7 days a week. And there's also issues with payment for that. So you can see that health can suffer if you're not getting adequate sleep, you're not getting adequate time to eat, and also, what are you working for? You're not seeing any of your family most of the time. And this is why it's a very, very difficult industry. And I think people are starting to say they are saying, this is what this is about, we need better life consideration points.
And what's at stake here? What shows, what TV programs are in peril, and how far-ranging could the disruption be?
Well, these are going to be primarily American productions that rely on the unions, and that would be primarily based in America. Now, of course, there are a lot of co-productions, and those are generally under different kinds of rules. But it is a very, very big union. And also 98% of the vote of the union voted, which is massive. This was not expected to go to yes, but they're seeing that the producers and studios were not really addressing these core issues. And this is why, and also I think COVID, I don't want to jump ahead, but I think COVID has had a bit of a knock-on effect across the industry where people are saying, we really don't want to work these kind of crazy hours unless it's absolutely necessary. Now, these are hours that are often built into the schedule.
Okay, so possibly some streamlining needs to be done. But you know what? And there's a lot of money tied up in this business. I mean, you don't need me to tell you that. But have we got any figures here? What this could all cost, what it could cost these productions, and what it could end up costing individuals in terms of their livelihoods?
Well, I think that Hollywood can't operate without these crew members because the union really does have, I don't see any strike breaking going on, and this also happened with the writers' strike back in 2007. There's a lot of livelihoods at stake, but more importantly, there are enormous corporations there at stake here that are expecting people to be sacrificing and continuing to sacrifice their very lives, really, to make these shows work. And all that the people are asking is just for more humane scheduling, more humane considerations. And when we put a label on the money, I mean, it's billions and billions of dollars.
Karen, there's still time to put a stop to all this, though, isn't there?
Yes, if the studio of AMPTP steps up and starts negotiating with Yahtzee and starts addressing some of these things. They've already said that they will give 18% increase in pensions, and there are some other small gains to be had, but they're not really addressing, as they said, the core issues that it is endemic in the industry to work very, very long hours as if you're a machine.
Well, I think this probably will be the storyline for an upcoming Hollywood blockbuster pretty soon. Karen Krizanovich, thank you very much for your insight there.